Guys, a lot of people right now are saying Andrew Tate will knock out Chase Demoor 100%. It's really clear. But today we will actually break it down and see if it's actually that easy for Andrew Tate to win this fight. We will break the biomechanics of Chase Demoor down. We will break down how he fights, what his fighting style is, and what the keys to victory are for Andrew Tate. Now, first of all, when we look at Chase Demoor, we see one thing, and that is he has a problem with his guard. And this could play a crucial role in this fight. What we see in earlier fights of Chase Demoor is he has his hands down, he has that style, but I would not say his head movement or footwork is really, really good. And so what you need to know is when you have a hands down style, when you have that style where you box like this or where you box like this, like Pereira or like other boxers, Muhammad Ali, then you need to be able to have good head movement, to move out, just angle off and stuff. But I don't think Chase Demoor has that. Okay, we did not see that really in fights. He can maybe do that, but not really more. Okay, and so he has his hands down set, and we see that against Tallman. He had that fight against Tallman. He moved in, has his hands down. Tallman counters him, and then what happened? Chase Demoor got knocked down. Okay, we know that Tank Tallman is not a fighter. He has like 3 MMA fights, but he's not really a fighter, and he got knocked down from him. Okay, I think it's more of a difference, and so he has problem with his guard. Also, Chase Demoor will most definitely react to feints. We see that in the Alan Bletcher fight. He's in a fight, and I don't know if I pronounced that name right, but he's in a fight. He is in the first seconds. You really see that style where he's like confused, and when he moves in, he like does stuff, puts his hands out. He's scared a bit. Okay. And so when Andrew Tate just uses that, when Andrew Tate just uses feints, he's just being there, feinting the whole time, then this will just win him the fight. I think feints is just the key of victory for Andrew Tate, just being here, feinting, then just coming in, exploding in, because Chase Demoor will react. Okay, he has problems with his guards, he has problems with being a bit scared, with overextending sometimes, and so he will just do that or something. And so I just think that this will play a crucial role. And so again, in the fight against Allen, he puts his hands out, as a reflex when he moved in, and then he just got hit. And also Chase exposes himself in a silly way sometimes, okay? We see Knight, in the fight against Knight, we see him just being in range, okay? We see Knight clearly being in range where some attack could happen, where something could happen, like a long hook or an overhand, that could rock Chase. But what he's doing is, I think he jabbed, and then he put his hands down and he stayed there, And now Knight could come in, tag him with a hand or something. I don't think, again, that Chase Demoor has that good head movement to then move out, like use that footwork and stuff. I don't think that Chase has that. We see him just in general being exposed, being unclean. His fighting style is really unclean. Chase is not a clean fighter, We see that in the fight against Knight again, where Chase rushed in, he punches, but he puts his hands down. And now if Knight would have just landed one clean counter in the exchange, I would think Chase Demoor would just get rocked. Again, Knight is not a professional fighter. With Andrew Tate, this would be different. Andrew Tate has that knowledge. Andrew Tate has that fight IQ to land a counter in that exchange, So that's just how it is, guys. Simple. By the way, guys, my paid community, Combat School, is in the description. You can get 24/7 access to me where you can ask me questions all of the time. And of course, I will respond to you as quickly as possible and help you with your problems. As well, we do one-on-one coaching. We do group coaching calls. And most importantly, we have the courses in there. We have a diet course. We will make technique courses. We have recovery courses. All of that so you can get a better fighter. I see you in there. And to Andrew Tate, what will the keys to victory be for him? Personally, we know that Andrew Tate has good head movement. Andrew Tate has good footwork. He sparred boxes. He sparred heavyweight boxes. We don't need to talk about that. We all know that. And also, what I would say is, personally for me, I would not see one thing where Chase is better than Andrew. Okay, of course, there were no really recent fights or really recent footage that I can see. But from the fights that I saw, I would not say Chase Demoor is better at anything. Of course not. But that should be obvious to a lot of people. And also, yes, Andrew Tate is not the cleanest fighter, okay? He is not the cleanest boxer. We know that. That would be a problem against a high skill level individual, if Andrew Tate fought somebody that is a lot more experienced. Now what I would say for this fight is Andrew Tate should just use counters, when Chase Demoor rushes in, he's unclean, he drops his hands in exchanges, just counter, this will knock him out. Second of all, feint, just draw feints, create openings, and as well just use your jab, Simple. You know, boxing basics work. Use your jab, let him shell up a bit, you know, let him move back and then just hurt him. Just pressure him, okay? It's just pressure, feints and counters, and then he will get knocked out. I'm pretty sure about that, you know? I don't think that Chase Demoor can knock Andrew Tate out. I don't think that. We all do not think that. It's a bit unfair, you know? I don't think that fight is fair at all, but yeah. Guys, see you back soon. I hope you want to see more fight breakdowns like these. We'll make a lot more. Now doing the fight breakdowns here, you know I can explain more. So see you back soon, guys, and as well join Combat School, link in the description.
Make no music. Look at them shouting, I'm digging up jail, to like Patada, Chomba the show, bomb, digging, bomb,